If you love palm oil stew but want to skip the long cooking time, then this recipe is for you. Today, I'm showing you my palm oil sauce, rich and full of flavor and perfect with rice, plantain, beans, and even yam. This stew is rich in Nigerian flavor but prepared with less cooking time. It is also fresh, simple, and perfect for a day when you want that delicious taste of palm oil stew the Nigerian way. So, without wasting too much of your time, let's start cooking. Okay, so we're going to start with the fresh ingredients for palm oil sauce. Here I have my bell peppers, red pepper, bell pepper, tomato, and Scotch bonnet peppers. I'll go ahead and blend all of this to a rough texture. By rough texture, I mean this outcome. You would notice that the seeds are still visible in this mix. Yes, this is the outcome that is needed for this recipe. Next, I'll get a fine mesh sieve and I'll pour the pepper mix into the sieve. The reason for this is to remove some of the liquid in the pepper mix. So, it is very common to have a lot of liquid in pepper mix, especially when you use a lot of tomatoes because tomatoes have high water content. And this is one of the reasons why it takes quite a long time to prepare palm oil stew when using tomatoes, because of the cooking time necessary to cook the pepper mix down till it thickens properly with less liquid in it. So by sieving it out this way, it helps to reduce the cooking time and the preparation time. And remember, I said if you'd like to make palm oil stew with less cooking time, then this recipe is for you. So after removing this quantity of liquid, I'll go ahead and dispose it because I don't need it. Now it's time to cook. I'll pour a quarter cup of palm oil into my pot or frying pan and I'll allow it to heat up. This palm oil is also called red oil, and this is palm oil in its unrefined state. Now that it has begun to have a little bit of bubbles on top, it's time for the onions. I'll pour the onions and fry for 2 minutes, and then I'll go in with my iru, also known as locust beans. I'll also fry the iru in the oil for 2 minutes. By now, the entire kitchen is fragrant. So it's time for the pepper mix. I'll go ahead and pour all the pepper mix into the oil because this is the time. And then I'll season with half tablespoon of seasoning and 1 teaspoon salt. I'll give it a good mix and then it's time for the other ingredients. One thing about this recipe is you do not need to add water at all. The proteins I'll be using for this palm oil stew are dried fish, also known as manla, Ponmo, which is cow skin, and boiled eggs. Feel free to use any protein of your choice. I'll allow it to sit properly in the stew. Now I'll add my bonga fish because, bonga fish gives palm oil stew a lovely exotic flavor and aroma. You know, that's delicious Nigerian taste. That's how you get it. I'll go ahead and cover the sauce and cook for 15 minutes on medium heat. After 15 minutes, it's time to check what the sauce looks like. Remember, like I said, this palm oil stew will cook in less time. This is what it looks like now after 15 minutes, and we are almost there. As a matter of fact, this result is admirable in 15 minutes. Okay, I'll give it a good stir just to check if anything is getting burnt underneath, and goodness gracious, everything is fine. So now I would not be covering the pot anymore. I'll leave it open and allow it to continue to cook for 10 more minutes, but this time on high heat so the steam can escape. After 10 more minutes, palm oil stew is ready to be enjoyed. But here is one cooking hack that I also have for you. If you know that you like your stew to be very, very thick, especially when you're using dried fish, after cooking for like 10 more minutes with the lid open, go ahead and leave the palm oil stew. Just leave it in the kitchen for about 1 to 2 hours. And I guarantee that by the time you go back to that stew, after 2 hours, the dried fish would have absorbed the liquid in the stew. and your palm oil stew will be so thick, you will love it. I've come to the end of this video. Thank you for watching till I post my next video. Bye.